New class alert, please. We got a new class upcoming. Who are the allies of Allah and the allies of Shaitan? Taught by Laila Nasheeba. I know you're not going to want to miss this. So please stay tuned, okay? Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Faithful friend or enemy.
Enigmatic tafsir.
Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end? Pursuing the higher aim, learning the meaning of every page. Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end? Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers presents a new class, the Unmasking of Tafsir, being taught and brought to you by Laila Nasheeba. Please stay tuned, streaming on all major platforms, right here on channel Sunnahfollowers.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brother and sister. I just saw Brother Muhammad here in Salat al-Jum'ah, alhamdulillah. It's an honor to speak on a very important topic. I just discussed with Brother Muhammad, and Brother Muhammad is going to speak with you, inshallah.
Inshallah.
But Tuesday, inshallah.
Tuesday, inshallah, we're going to discuss raising our Islamic Muslim children in a non-Islamic world that we're living in right now. The society that we live in. Especially now. Now we have a lot of issues happening in our schools, in our colleges, universities, that a lot of our Muslim kids aren't really ready for it. So I think we should have a nice little discussion. Inshallah, we'll have a lot of people on board that can ask a lot of questions that they have. And we can kind of talk about how to kind of keep our deen and our religion inside of our children while they're going through out there in the world with the non-Muslims that are around there, inshallah, that have a lot of pressure that they're put on them, peer pressure and all that kind of stuff, inshallah.
So Sunnah followers, prepare yourself and even your kids, and share this very, very important topic. Very important. Alhamdulillah, Brother Muhammad accept to join us every Tuesday, inshallah. 9 o'clock p.m. So it's for the time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers is excited to bring to our viewers another treat that will awaken, clarify, and widen our understanding of this beautiful way of life. We are excited to welcome Dr. Daniel Abdul Rahman McBride, who will be joining us each Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for a special class geared to the new shahadas in facing contemporary issues of today. Dr. Daniel Abdul Rahman McBride is a renowned author of many books, including Who is Right, Who is Wrong, and Why, which is a comparison of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. He has been featured on many popular programs as he breaks down Islam to the viewers from a lens of clarity. Stay tuned, streaming on major platforms, channel Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers presents a new and exciting course to add to your Islamic learning and development. Interpretation in Living with the Quran, taught by Sheikh Saad Hassanin, considered to be one of the most accomplished scholars of Quranic science in the United States. He is a member of AMJA, the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America. He holds a PhD in Islamic Studies, professor at IUM. His specialty is in 10 different styles of Quranic recitation and jurisprudence. Classes will be held every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming right here on Sunnahfollowers.
Are you having problems maintaining your personal relationships? Maybe you think you are schizo. Or perhaps you are the narcissist. Join Dr. Daniel Abdul-Rahman McBride this Friday at 6 p.m. and learn about the self-serving left brain and its dominance in individuals with narcissism and schizophrenia. Hope to see you there.
There are so many things going on around, you must take heed. It's been written and prophesied about, so you must believe. Not everything that glitters is gold, pay attention as it's been told.
Join us every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, with Brother Yusuf as he tackles and breaks down current events, current news and politics, and the Islamic Ummah. Please join us, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum. Upcoming class alert. Upcoming class alert. Yeah, you heard right. We got an upcoming class alert taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba. So stay close, because listen, it's going to be good. This series is the series on the Jinn. Please, you're going to want to listen and take some notes. Streaming on all major platforms. Once again, taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Okay. In alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I hope you guys enjoyed those commercials. And I do want to remind you again, don't forget this Thursday, inshallah, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Dr. McBride is going to do a special lecture. He's going to speak about the self-serving left brain, which is what you saw in that commercial. And that what he's going to do is address what it is that causes people to become narcissistic and also schizophrenia. People who suffer with mental issues like schizophrenia, bipolarism, people who have a hard time controlling their anger, they can't seem to calm down and rein it in. People who are narcissistic, that's got to just be narcissistic. These are people who need to work on utilizing and balancing that left brain out with the right brain. So you don't want to miss this lecture, lecture that's going to be Thursday by Dr. McBride. And I'm going to put the commercial up on Facebook later on today and all the other social platforms on Reddit. I'm going to put it on Reddit too. So for my new shahadas on Reddit, make sure that you share them, because I want as many Muslims as possible to come be here next Thursday at 6 for Dr. McBride, because as a daya, I get a lot of questions and phone calls from sisters who feel that their husbands are narcissistic. What can I do? You know, and also I have a lot of my students here, a lot of Muslims suffer with schizophrenia and other mental health related issues. He's going to speak about, you know, things, exercises you can do, especially for those of you who suffer with schizophrenia. There are certain exercises. You don't want to ever stop taking your medicine. You can't ever stop taking it. But there are certain exercises you can do to the right brain that will help to balance, to chemically balance out that schizophrenia. And it's the same with the person who suffers with narcissism, the person that has a problem controlling their anger and stuff. You know, there are certain exercises that we can do that Allah has manifested to us. Because again, sickness comes from Allah. I don't want anyone to ever forget that. Everything comes from Allah, good and bad. The wars here, not because Israel had the power. Israel didn't have the power to do nothing. Allah has the power. Like Allah said, if all mankind came together, they wouldn't be able to do nothing. It was Israel this time. Who was it last time? Okay, war's been happening. Okay, but if we strengthen that right brain, we'll be able to balance out, these emotions we have better, and our anger and stuff. And once you strike that balance mentally, then everything will start making better sense to you about what's happening in the world. And that takes me to the next commercial I put up, the commercial with Brother Yusef. And I'm going to add something to that commercial tonight. This next week, also, Brother Yusef's having a special class too. He's the one that talks about the world politics and the news that's impacting us as an ummah. He's going to do a Q&A. He's going to go over the weekly news like he always does. He's going to talk about what happened in the world, around the world this week, that impacts us Muslims as a nation. And then he's going to answer questions. Okay. And you'll be able, both of these brothers are very important here for this website, because I am teaching you what you need to know to get through the grave and get to paradise, which is Aqidah, 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 Tawheed. Okay? Then you have me also teaching Aqidah, Aqidah, Tawheed, the Quran, which is the Maqasidic Tafsir class. And then not only do you have me reinforcing that, but you have Dr. Dramali. He's also breaking down the meaning of the Quran and how you can take the words of Allah and apply it in your personal life. So you're getting the knowledge that you need to survive in this world, get through the grave, and get to paradise from me and Dr. Jamali. These other two brothers, as Muslims, like the Prophet said, Allah hates a narrow-minded person. We're not supposed to be narrow-minded. The Prophet said, don't be a narrow-minded person. We have to be aware of what's going on in the world around us. That doesn't mean that you should sit up all day like some of my old ladies do. Let me talk about these old ladies. Y'all know the old ladies in the Zoom room. What do they do when they're not in here listening to me? They got them TVs on. And what do you hear? All this loud blasting of CNN News, Fox News. No, I don't want y'all sitting there watching the news all day like them old ladies do. That's why they got mental issues. Because the news is sensationalized. I know I'm a journalist. Don't forget that. Laila's a journalist. All right. Oh yeah, I freelance. I'm a freelance writer. I went to school for journalism. I was the editor of my college newspaper, and we got all kind of awards. But anyway, the news is sensationalized. You can't believe half the stuff that's on there. I just saw somebody post up something about Starbucks. That ain't true. I just laughed. I said, see, there's another lying sensation. You know, journalists are paid to do that. But you need to be aware of what's happening in the world, the truth, and that's impacting us. And that's what Brother Yusef Zakofsi does. You know, he deals with the politics of the world, but he knows how to screen it out, screen out that sensationalism, screen out the garbage, and bring you the truth of what's happening today that's impacting us. And then it'll help you to accept the qadr of Allah. You will see all the crazy things that we're doing as Muslims. When you see how we all over the world, Muslims have deviating and are deviating away from the true Islam, it all makes sense why Allah has sent this war. It all makes sense why Allah has sent fire, earthquakes, catastrophes to the Muslims, to the Muslim lands and the Muslims in America. Look at all the catastrophes. Have y'all ever thought about that? American Muslims, all the drama that's been happening in America. Look at the states and the places it's happening at. These are places that are highly populated with Muslims. Los Angeles. That's where the women's mosque is. Y'all know that? That's the headquarters. For the women's, the Muslim Women's League, that's their headquarters is in LA and Burbank, where the women are imamas. The women can lead the prayer. Y'all see that? Allah sent fire. The flood in Florida. Y'all know how many mosques are down there in Florida and how much Sufism, corruption, and Elijah Muhammad and crap is going on down there in Florida. Y'all know because I had a lot of my students are students who live in Florida, from the mosques in Florida. So much corruption. The East Coast with the earthquakes and disasters. Oh, here comes the extreme brothers now. Now you got these people calling themselves Salafis and they all on some other twisted extreme crap. Then you got the hurricanes in the South. Oh, yeah. Here we go with the mystic Sufis. So do y'all see? I mean, it doesn't take a PhD, like Brother Yusuf said, to see that Allah is in control here. Allah is trying to tell us all something, and ain't nobody listening. We're too emotional. We're too ignorant. We have bypassed the Quran and Sunnah. You know, we're doing our own thing. We become just like the Jews. We imitate them. We fight like them. We protest like them. We boycott like them. We act like them, like the prophet said we would do. So it all makes sense. So please, guys, join Brother Yusuf's class on Thursdays. Friday. His class is every Friday at 7:30 because he's telling you what's happening around the globe to Muslims and what Muslims are doing. And when you're up to date on all that, you can say, wow, Allah is just. For you weak Muslims who are apostating because y'all don't, I got another one of those emails today. Why, Sister Laila, has Allah abandoned us? I said, what do you mean? Abandoned who? Some sister sent me an email. Oh, something happened in Australia. I don't know what happened there. I got to look at the news. Why has Allah abandoned us Muslims? Oh, what is the point? I'm like, you're the reason why. It's that you're the point. How dare you say something like that? Allah hasn't abandoned us. We've abandoned him. And Allah tells us in the Quran, whenever we abandon him, there will be repercussions. Suffer the consequences, Muslims. We make dua for the believers because the believers can handle it. Whatever trial, be it an earthquake, be it a hurricane, be it fire, be it war, the believers are resilient. They can handle it. But not everybody is a believer. If you guys think that there's more believers on earth, you crazy, because the prophet said no. Search throughout the land, you'll only find a handful of them. A handful of believers. We got a lot of hypocrites, more hypocrites than anything. So that's why everything has happened. I don't know what happened in Australia, but whatever happened, you brought it on yourself. We all have brought it on ourselves. And by the way, I see the women have joined. I guess they put the fire out in LA Is your female mosque Jesus still standing? Y'all know, Laila, I gotta throw some humor in here because what's your name again? I forgot. She's the women are back from the Female Imams Association. You led the khutbah yesterday. How many men prayed behind you yesterday? Lord have a mercy. They're back. What can I say? Hey, Sabrine, is the fires out? She said our mosque is still standing. Thank you, Laila. Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She typing a lot of stuff now, y'all. She said her mosque is still standing and everybody's fine. Mm-hmm. See how long that lasts, sister. Oh no, I won't refer to you as that. No. So anyway, guys, whatever's happening in the world, we brought it on ourselves. But I want you guys to be here, for Brother Yusef's class this Friday, because he will do the weekly news and then he'll also take questions. And by the way, you women in you Women's Imams Association or whatever y'all are, make sure y'all here too. Okay. Yeah, Keisha, good luck with that, sisters. All right, so anyway, tonight, yeah, don't watch the news, Amina. I suffer with anxiety too. I don't never watch the news either. I don't. Yeah, I ain't got time for it. It's depressing. And don't fall asleep. I'm going to tell you something. If you got a television, don't fall asleep with the news on, because you're going to have the most horrible, horrific nightmares. And you'll wake up depressed. You'll probably miss Fajr. And then when you do wake up, you're going to be so depressed. Yeah, turn that TV off when you sleep, man, especially if it's got that sick news on. That's crazy. All right, so tonight, yes, let me go over it. I'm getting ready to tell it now. Oh, do y'all see me? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me check. I forgot I'm in this other room over here. Okay, there it is. I see me now. I had the camera off. Okay, it's on. Y'all got me on that camera, and I'm here, and I'm there. All right, so tonight what we have is this class and also the class on marriage. You bought the book. And by the way, guys, we're almost at the end of this book. Brother Abdullah Kirk has a part 2 to this. This is a trilogy. So I'm going to make sure I change this too. You want to go to Amazon.com and buy his new book, which is part 2. It's called The Sacred Adobe. The Sacred Adobe. It'll show up on Amazon. It's probably the same price. It's probably the same price. Yeah, because when I finish this book on marriage, we're going to go to the part 2. Yes. Oh, you like this series? Okay. Well, tonight we're going to be covering chapter 37 of the book. So for those of you who have the Sacred Bonds of Marriage, chapter 37 is what I'm going to go over tonight at 9:30, inshallah, when we're going to speak about divorce. Yeah, we're going to talk about divorce in chapter 37, inshallah. Okay, so with that said, let's get started on the class right now. This class here. Now, we've been speaking about the Jinn. And I'm only going to do a couple of more classes on this, on the Jinn. And then what I'm going to do next week is go to my Ramadan prep. Because every year, the week before Ramadan, I'll give you a quick Ramadan prep course to prepare you. And then every day of Ramadan, I want you guys to be here. I'll try to keep the streaming as often as I can. The Zoom room is always open, but I'm going to encourage you guys to hang around because we're going to fast together. I will help you get through each day of fasting. This class will focus on nothing but the virtues of fasting, what breaks the fast, what you should be doing every day. The first week of Ramadan will focus on the Quran. The second week, strengthening our faith. I will walk you through Ramadan day by day, okay, when Ramadan starts. But this week, like around Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to start my Ramadan prep series. So don't panic, new Muslims. Yeah, new Shahadas. Yes, Sister Sophia, don't panic. I'm going to help you with that. Yeah, you just took your Shahada? MashaAllah. Okay. And by the way, I want to thank the masjids, Brother Abdul Rashid, Imam Abdul Rashid, and the other masjids we got in Atlanta, and I got a couple of masjids in New Jersey. My Jersey Muslims are here. I want to thank the imams, for telling their new shahadas to join my classes. And don't worry about it. I'm going to help your shahadas. I'll get them. Just get them to come here every day. I'll get them through Ramadan, inshallah. I'm going to do my Ramadan prep. Yeah, I know you guys y'all got a Ramadan. This one mosque in New Jersey got a Ramadan thing going on. Yeah, I know. I saw it. Yeah, but don't worry. I'll help the new shahadas. I know. I saw you were there. MashaAllah, sister. Don't worry. I'm going to help you. I won't abandon you. Okay. So, and again, try to get the other masjids to send their new shahadas here too. Okay, the Philadelphia people are in there. Okay, let me see who all is here in this room. But a new shahadas, Atlanta, New Jersey, Philly. There's my Cleveland, Ohio. There's Cleveland in the house. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Brooklyn. Give my salams to the Imam Latif. Imam Latif Alameen. Yeah, okay. Y'all ready? Everybody's in there? And I got my Edward. Don't turn the cameras on in there. And I got everybody else in here. Okay, we good. So tonight what we're going to do is continue our... Which mosque are you? You Sheikh Atlee. I know you're Sheikh Atlee's mosque. Girl, please. Most of my people from Sheikh Atlee's community, I know that, sister. All right, you like to shout out. Everybody wants a shout out. South Carolina's in the house. Columbia, Sheikh Atlee's people. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of Floridians in the house. I got to do the shout outs. Floridians. North Carolina. Did y'all take care of that stuff? Yeah, I got that hijab too. MashaAllah. Thanks for the hijab, sister. Yeah. Okay. Who else is in there? I got it. Okay. We got to do the class, y'all. We'll be shouting out all day. East Coast still holds it down. East Coast holds it down. All right. Let's get started. So tonight we've been speaking about the who is that now?
That was me accidentally. I'm listening to you on my AirPods and I pushed the wrong button. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say everybody wants a shout out from these other masjids. I thought you were the mosque.
Oh no, but if I have to, like the North has been doing very well over here, and I mean, my teachers of the Midwest said we got to be doing the best. See, you the teacher, you the guy.
Alhamdulillah, yeah, Indiana. That's Indiana. Exactly. Indiana's in the house. Exactly. That's right, not far from me. That's I can drive to her in about 6 hours. Okay, exactly. All right, guys. So alhamdulillah. No, I don't have none of them. I don't want none of them. And don't let them women come up in there. But anyway, yeah, let's get started. Texas. I know I got Texas in the house too. I got some Dallas, Fort Worth people who are good people in the house too. That's trying to stay away from all that Sufi mysticism. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. All right. Okay. So we've been speaking about the jinn. And it's a good thing that we have, because when Ramadan starts, I get this question every year. Is it true that all the jinn are locked up? No. That hadith is speaking about Iblis and the most dangerous jinn. And the most dangerous jinn category we talked about are the ifrits. They're the most strongest and most dangerous jinn. They're the ones locked up during the month of Ramadan. But your personal jinn, and I want every new shahada to remember this, your personal jinn is never locked up. Your personal jinn will be with you until you die. And if you end up in the hellfire, he will be your companion in the hellfire too. If you don't end up in hellfire, he's still going to be in hell. Okay? Because he's evil. Okay? So don't get it twisted. You're going to have to still resist the urge to commit sin. And as you guys have probably figured out now from the class that Dr. McBride teaches, the left brain, that's the self-serving part of the brain. That's the side that goes off the handle. That's the side that's tempted to do what Allah says don't do. You can see that left side, the left hemisphere of your brain, is connected to the part of your heart that your jinn resides in. So when your jinn is whispering in your heart for you to do things that's bad, it's registering to the left side of your brain. Oh yeah, y'all see how everything connects here? And then the right side of your brain, this is the side that sees the big picture. This is the side that does evaluation. This is the side that asks, is this something good or is this something bad? Am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? That right hemisphere of your brain connects to the part of your heart where your angel resides. So when the angel whispers to your heart, that angel is whispering to the right side of the brain. Y'all see that? And we're struggling between the two. Oh yeah. Y'all see that? Oh yeah. So that's why you don't want to miss Dr. McBride's lecture this Thursday. Don't miss it. He's going to talk about that more. Okay, so your personal jinn is never locked up. He's going to continue to whisper into your heart, but don't forget that angel of the heart is there too. And it's going to always whisper and encourage you to do what's good. So the big question comes up. What are some things that the jinn cannot do? What are some things that they cannot do? What are some things that Iblis cannot do? That's the question that a lot of people ask. And that's what I'm going to focus on tonight. There are certain things that the jinn cannot do. And before I get into the lecture, I'm going to give you a short, brief quiz, just 2 questions. Just 2 questions from yesterday, because I want to see how well you guys pick up on what's most important and what I'm talking about in here. Let's see. Let me put the screen a little better. So, 2 questions. First question. If you, as a Muslim, are afraid of the jinn, and most Muslims are for some reason, what should you do to ensure that they don't single you out, that they don't come looking for you, not as a protection, but as a means of keeping their attention away from you? Do y'all understand the question? If you don't understand the question, ask me. Okay, I don't want to know how to protect yourself from them. I don't know what to say to protect yourself? The question is, if you are one of those Muslims that's always worried about the jinn possessing you, 80% of my African students always think the jinn's possessing them or their family members. But if you are afraid of the jinn possessing you or the jinn doing bad things to you, what is it that you should do to ensure that this doesn't happen? Who can answer the question?
Is it stay clean and don't do haram things?
Can y'all still hear me? Yeah, they can hear me. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. Say it again. Okay, give your answer again.
Stay clean and don't do haram things.
Okay, what do you guys think about her answer? What do you guys think about her answer?
I say true, and I also would add, as a Muslim, what you can do is follow all of the commands of Allah and do everything that you're supposed to do, and stay away from haram things. Those are the things, those are the places and the things that the jinn do. You stay away from that, and you should be fine. And don't be scared of them. And if you do feel like they're around you, mention Allah's name.
Exactly, guys. And that's what I want all of you to understand, especially the Muslims from Africa, because y'all are big on this jinn stuff for some reason. Okay? If you're so afraid of being possessed, or you're so afraid of the jinn coming out and bothering you, all you got to do is start practicing your religion. Make sure that you're doing all the things that Allah commanded you to do. Make sure you're doing your prayers every day. Make sure if you're a woman that when you leave out the house, you're dressed properly. Make sure you're not drinking, smoking. Make sure you're not on the internet talking to men. Make sure that you're not fornicating, adulterating. Stay away from all the things that Allah commanded you to stay away from. And what's the dalil? What's the dalil? That if I did these things, I wouldn't have to worry about the jinn looking to hurt me. Who can tell us? What's the dalil for that? Is there any evidence to what I'm saying, or is Laila just speaking out of the side of her neck? Here we go. Every day we get here and can't get past this. Somebody tell me, does Allah mention anything about this? Does the Prophet Muhammad mention anything about what we just answered? Zoom, wake up. Does Allah mention anything that proves what I'm saying to be true? That if you did the obligations that Allah commanded you to do and stayed away from what he commands you to stay away from, you don't have to worry about the jinn. Is there anything to support that? Nobody has an answer. I got a lot of Muslims listening to me. None of y'all have an answer. Okay, on Twitch, Mina said yes. Allah says that Shaitan is weak and his plot is nothing over who? Over who? Finish it up. Who? Exactly. Sister Sakina said Allah said that you have no power over anyone except those who follow you, Shaitan. Exactly. The pious worshipers. The pious worshipers. The pious worshipers. Those are the believers. The law says in the Quran, you have no power over them. You only have power over the weak, the sinful, those that are not doing what they're supposed to do. Do you sisters and brothers understand that? You have to stop blaming the jinn for everything, because they have no power over you if you are praying your prayers. You're dressing the way you're supposed to dress. You're not committing haramities. Then what are you afraid of? They're not even coming near you. Does everybody understand that? He only has power over weak Muslims who don't practice. Are you not practicing? If you ain't practicing the deen, then you need to be afraid of a lot of stuff. Everybody understand this? Any questions on this answer? Let me ask this question. What about this? I got an email yesterday after yesterday's lecture. I got an email from a sister here. She said, Sister Laila, she said, every day I recite the 4 coups. She said, every day I recite the 4 coups. But I'm still harassed by the jinn. She said, there's jinn in my apartment. I know they are. She said, I am not schizophrenic. I am not bipolar. She said that my cabinets get the slashing and stuff moving around. She said, but I recite the 4 coups every day. Now, is reciting the 4 coups a protection for everyone? That's what I asked her. How would you respond? Is there a reason or is there a condition for those 4 coups to work? Can anybody answer that? And by her being a student, this is what I came back at her with. Okay?
Yes, you have to be living a religion, staying away from music, staying away from sin in order for those 4 coups to work for you. Because if you're not, you're just hanging out there in the middle.
Okay. Exactly. The condition is you have to be practicing the religion. So I asked her, y'all know what was the first thing I asked her? I said, do you wear hijab? She know what her answer was? Sometimes. She said the imam told me at the mosque to take baby steps. She's from that mosque. She's from the mosque. That is not Imam Abdul Rashid's mosque either. It's not my Jersey mosque either. She's from another mosque, and that's the mosque where the imam told them to take baby steps, that they don't have to worry about wearing hijab. Just focus on making prayers. So she said sometimes she wears hijab and sometimes she don't. So I had to correct her. I said, well, sister, Allah does not accept any of our good deeds if you are deliberately, intentionally disobeying him. You are not under the protection of Allah if you are deliberately, intentionally disobeying him. I told her start wearing hijab every day. I told her start dressing correctly. I told her get some abayas. When you go out the house, your body has to be covered. No tight fitting clothes showing your derriere, none of that. So, in order for those 4 coups to work, you have to be practicing the religion correctly. If you're not practicing religion, you can read all the Quran you want to. It ain't gonna help you. Does everybody understand that? And I want the new shahadas to particularly pay attention. So if you want to be protected by Allah, you have to be just as Allah says, a pious believer, a pious worshiper, a person that doesn't just say that you believe in Allah with your tongue, but you prove it with your actions. So I told her try that for a week, making all her prayers, covering up her body, doing everything Allah. It ain't no baby steps in Islam. There is no such thing as a baby step. Okay? And Imam Abdul Rashid, from what I understand, he got in contact with that imam. Okay, yeah, he said he did. Imam Abdul Rashid talked to that imam and told that imam that ain't right. You can't tell nobody that crap. Okay, but I guess she didn't get the memo. So if you want them cools to work, you got to be practicing. They don't work if you ain't practicing. That goes for you brothers that's smoking that weed. You sitting there smoking weed and vaping. Also, a lot of you are vapors. All of you that's vaping, that stuff's haram. It's haram to smoke cigarettes. It's haram to smoke weed. It's haram to vape. All of those are intoxicants. Allah says in the Quran, all intoxicants are the handiwork of shaitan. Vaping is you're addicted to it. It's an intoxicant. Plus, they mix all kind of stuff in there, including marijuana. And it stinks. I don't even know why you guys vape, because it stinks. That stuff don't smell good. It stinks. That alone should tell you it's bad. Yeah. All right, next question. Yeah, I hit the vaping because I didn't know. I didn't know what vaping. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all know Laila's really a square. I talked to her. I didn't know what vaping was. I had to Google it. I had to Google it. All right. Okay. What about this? Yeah, remind me to talk about vaping during Ramadan too, since I know what it is now. Just as bad as a cigarette. It's disgusting. Worse. Yeah. Okay. What about this question here? Who or what has the power to make man do bad things? Who has the power to make us do bad things, guys?
Man has the power to make man do bad things. No one's in control of that. Only us, because Allah gives us free will. And what happens is our jinns, our personal jinns, they whisper to us to do the bad things. So it's up to us if we want to do them or not.
MashaAllah.
Make that choice.
I agree.
That's how you answer. I don't have to add to it. Exactly. I want all you to get this through your head. The devil can't make you do anything, y'all. Back in my day, there was a gay blade. The gay blade's name was Flip Wilson. Flip Wilson used to dress up like a woman. I always said he was gay because any man that dresses up like a woman is gay. Okay? And Flip Wilson used to dress up like a woman and do bad things on TV. And he'd say, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. No, the devil don't make you do nothing. Just like Allah doesn't make you do nothing either. Don't be like the stupid, twisted Sufis out there who say that Allah made them smoke weed. Allah made them be unbelievers because he decreed for them to be this way. No, it ain't like that. Allah didn't jump in nobody's body and tell anybody to smoke weed. Allah ain't telling nobody to do anything. Allah inspires those of us who are good to do what's good and pleasing to him. Okay? But you make your own choice whether you're going to listen to him or not. You make your own choice if you're going to listen to your jinn or not. You make the own choice if you're going to follow your desires or not. Allah just knows what you're going to do. He knows what your reaction will be. He creates the circumstance. He brings in the pump. But you make the choice. Y'all see that? Right. Exactly, Sister Sophia. Make sure you come to my classes every day. Exactly. So no, the devil don't make you do nothing, sister. Right. That's something that you were taught before Islam that's incorrect. Exactly. I want y'all to share because y'all on a different platform. For those of you in that other Zoom room, look at your YouTube channel. I'm sharing what Sister Sakina typed here. The Jinn whispers to us based on our own desires and wishes. Exactly. But we do the actions ourselves. Y'all see that? Write it down or take a screenshot. Y'all logged in on YouTube too, right? I want y'all to take a screenshot of this. Sister Sophia. That way it's easier than writing it down. You see that? Got my picture too. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm kooky. All right. My little picture on you. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Y'all got a lot of screenshots with my head view, my head in the picture. I know. All right. So I want everybody to remember that we make our own choices. Don't ever blame it on Shaitan. We talked about how in the day of judgment, Shaitan will do his grandstand. He will turn and face everybody and say, don't blame me. I had no power over you. All I did was whisper. You chose to listen to me. You chose to abandon the people of the truth and follow me. So don't blame me. And then he's going to walk into that fire and burn, baby, burn. He'll be doing disco fever with the rest of them in there. John Travolta and Olivia Newton too, if they don't convert before they die. They'll be all doing the disco fever. So those are the only two questions I had for you guys for today that covered what we discussed yesterday. Now I'm going to give y'all some more hope. Now that you all understand that nobody can make you do anything, okay? You make your own choices to disobey Allah. Don't blame it on Allah. Don't blame it on the Jinn. I'm going to give you some more hope by telling you that there are some things that the Jinn cannot do as well. They cannot compel you. And that's a good thing to know. They can't make you do nothing. And there's other things too. And first of all, I want y'all to remember, if a person holds fast to this religion, Islam does not mean peace, as the Mufti said the other day. He's back. Islam does not mean peace. Islam means submission, total submission to Allah. If a person holds fast to total submission to Allah and you sincerely believe in Allah, I ain't talking about you one of those people that converted to Islam like Brother Yusuf was talking about. Let me make sure you guys watch the shorts. Make sure you guys watch the shorts. Let me look at this screen again. Let me find myself. I got too many cameras going on. Here we go. Make sure you guys watch the shorts that I put out from Brother Yusuf. His lecture last week, he talked about how many of these social media influencers who convert to Islam are working for the federal government to try to change Islam. In fact, all of them. A lot of these brothers that y'all think are dour brothers, a lot of these women, and these celebrities I'm talking about, these celebrities that convert to Islam, like that Caucasian woman. He talked about the Caucasian woman. He said she's really working for the government. And why is she Muslim? To change Islam's view on how women are supposed to look in Islam, because she's a Muslim, been Muslim for quite some time, and she's still into the sex. She still dresses and looks like she looks. She ain't trying to change. She talks about the same stupid stuff that ain't got nothing to do with Aqidah. But she's redefining beauty. She never covers up. She has on more plastic surgery and makeup than the man in the moon. She looked like Kim Kardashian, just a blonde. She done had so many nose jobs and everything else. A lot of these celebrities this is the government's way, guys, of trying to destroy Islam. They already got the women thinking that they can lead the men in prayers. A woman can be an imam. A woman ain't got to even wear a hijab. A woman can be a president. A woman can be this. They're changing. This is how society tries to get rid of religion. That's a Zionist move. That's what the Zionists do. They'll implant people to convert to Islam, who are celebrities, who are respected by the people anyway. And they're in there to do just what they're doing, change our way of life. So make sure that y'all listen, come to Brother Yusef's lectures every Friday, because he's keeping it real. He has the facts to back up everything. And I did put a couple of shorts out of his. Check them out. Go to my YouTube channel, click on shorts, pass them around. Most of these people work for the government. They're trying to change and destroy our religion. Okay? And by the way, look at how his views, and you can tell they running YouTube because they keep taking away my views of him. They don't want y'all to learn this stuff, to know this stuff, who these government agents are, these new shahadas who are ex-actors and rap singers and porn stars. They're ex-porn stars and stuff. They're trying to change our religion by appealing to the people. Okay, so if you took a shahada out of sincerity to Allah, if you did not convert just to change this deen or to convert for a man, then remember, Shaitan has no power over you. If you come into this religion practicing it correctly, holding on to the true belief system, in fact, Shaitan will run away from you. Your personal jinn will never leave you, but the other jinn will stay away from you. That's how they did Umar. May Allah be pleased with him. That's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Umar, he said, "Oh, Umar, Shaitan definitely runs away from you." He said, "Oh, Umar, I see them. I see the devils amongst mankind and the devils amongst the jinn running away from you." So this is not just for Umar. This is for anyone who has a strong belief system can overcome Shaitan and defeat him and belittle him. We also have a hadith whereas it says the believer emaciates his devil in the same way that one of you weakens your camel when you're traveling. And when this hadith was recorded by Ibn Kathir, he stated that seizing the devil means grabbing his forelock. Now, y'all remember how Dr. McBride talked about the forelock. Y'all see how these classes, that it's important for y'all to be here for Dr. McBride's class on Thursdays and Brother Yusef's on Fridays, because they go hand in hand with what I'm teaching you here. As Dr. McBride said, why the forehead? That's the center part of the brain. As Ibn Kathir said, seizing the devil means grabbing his forelock and overpowering him, like what is done to a camel if he escapes and is captured. So for those of us who are strong in our faith, who practice our deen, who do what Allah says do and stay away from what he says stay away from, the jinn ain't coming nowhere near you. That's why I tell y'all all the time, ain't no jinns in my house. I don't care what nobody say. I know I ain't got no jinns in my house. First of all, jinns ain't sitting around me anyway. I ain't worried about a jinn. They worried about me. Okay? And that's the attitude that you all should have. Okay? Because they can only hurt those who are weak and sinful anyway. Okay? Now, what are some things they cannot do? Jinns do not perform miracles. They use deception. They use trickery. But they don't have the ability to make miracles happen. Okay? In fact, guys, when Allah sent down the Quran, some of the unbelievers, they made allegations saying that the Quran was from Iblis. And that's when Allah sent down these words saying in the interpretation, the meaning, the devils did not bring it down. It is not proper for them to bring such a thing down, nor is it within their power or capability. And they are banished from even hearing what goes on up here. Okay? They can't perform miracles. Just like a magician may make you think that he's sawing somebody in half, but he's really not. A fortune teller will make you think that he or she can predict the future, but they can't. The jinn will tell them some things about you that he learned from their personal jinn, your personal jinn. But they can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. They mix truth with lies. And that's why Allah also says in the Quran, verily, mankind and jinn, if mankind and jinn were to gather together to produce the likes of the Quran, they would never be able to do so, even if they were to help each other. So the jinn, just like we can't make miracles happen, they can't make miracles happen either. Miracles come from Allah, guys. Allah is the one that makes everything happen, good and evil, and miracles. And not only that, not only can they not perform miracles, but they cannot take on the appearance of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam either. Remember, we talked about how they can transform. They can take on the appearance, of a human being or an animal or a bird or a cockroach. Well, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told his companions, because they knew what he looked like. They knew him. He said, whoever of you sees me in a dream, it is me, because the devils cannot take on my appearance. He said, whoever sees me, then your vision is true, because the devils cannot take on my form. But that doesn't mean that they can't take the form of another man and come to you and tell you that they the Prophet Muhammad. And this is the problem we have. The companions knew him. They knew what he looked like. We don't know what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked like because we never met him. We have descriptions of him. But even from those descriptions, he sounds like a typical Arab man. Dark eyebrows, big dark eyes, keen nose, high cheekbones, cupid lips, wavy hair. He sounds like a typical Arabic man, average height, big feet, big hands. So I want y'all to not get it twisted, because this is what happens a lot today. I get a lot of emails from Muslims telling me, oh, Sister Laila, I had a dream about the Prophet Muhammad. He came to me in my sleep and told me to do this and do that. Or you'll get those emails that people pass around saying that some sheikh from somewhere had a dream that the Prophet told him to do this. I mean, come on, don't fall for that stuff, guys. Allah knows best. That's why the Prophet said, don't put so much emphasis on dreams. If it was a good dream, just enjoy it and say, Alhamdulillah. If it was a bad dream, say A'udhu Billahi min ash-shaytanir rajim and keep it moving. Don't put emphasis on dreams. Okay? But shaitan cannot take on our prophet's appearance. And or neither can any other jinn. And also, they cannot travel beyond the 7 skies, nor can they open up your door and come in your house, nor can they open up your windows. That's why the prophet said, close your doors at my grip and close the windows at my grip, because that's the time that the Ifrit, which are the most dangerous of the jinn, come out. And then at Isha time, when Isha comes in, you can open the door and you can open the windows. Okay? They can't open doors and they can't open windows. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning. O company of jinn and men, if you have the power to penetrate all regions of the heavens and the earth, then penetrate them. You will never be able to unless we allow it. Which is it of the favors of your Lord that you deny? So here you can see in this verse, Allah is saying not only can the jinn not go beyond the 7 skies, but neither can we. Neither can we. You're going to meet fire. You're going to meet fire. You may have watched some of those Space Odyssey movies. They show a rocket going up, up, up. After so high, what happens? The rocket will burn up. The spaceship will burn, catch on fire. We can't go no higher than the 7 skies, guys. You're going to be met with fire. You're going to be met with flame, as Allah says there. Okay? Allah says that if you try to go higher, there will be sent against you both the heat of fire and the flash of brass, and you will not escape it. So that's true. Now y'all can see that we have had human beings try to play God. We've had human beings build rockets and try to send them up and see if they keep going up, what happens? What happens, guys? Those rockets catch on fire. You cannot go beyond the 7 skies. Not the humans and not the jinn. Allah speaks the truth. Now, where's the dalil about the door? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, close your doors and mention Allah's name, because shaitan cannot open a door that has been closed up upon him and has the name of Allah mentioned over it. Also, Bukhari and Muslim says, Allah, the Prophet said, certainly shaitan does not open a closed door. Also, tie up or cover your food, your buckets, and mention Allah's name over them, even if it's just putting something over them, and extinguish your lamps at night. So they can't open a pot either. If you cover up your food, they can't open it up. If you close your door and mention Bismillah, they can't open it. If you close your windows and say Bismillah, they can't open it either. So again, why are you Muslims scared of jinn? You scared about jinn coming in your house? Close your doors and say Bismillah. Close your windows and say Bismillah. They can't come in. And if any are in, they're going to leave. They're going to leave when they hear the name of Allah mentioned. Okay? So that's what I wanted to go over with you guys today. There's the jinn have abilities, capabilities that we don't have, but they're not all that. Too many Muslims put too much emphasis on the jinn, worried about them. Stop worrying about the jinn and start worrying about yourself. Because if we spend more time worrying about ourselves and bettering our condition and relationship with Allah, then you wouldn't have to worry about nothing, period. not man nor jinn. Okay, any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Yes. Y'all be surprised. They're trying to, Islam is changing. I mean, Islam will never change, but we do have people trying to change our religion. These famous speakers that work for the government, they make the Zionist signs with their hands. Okay. You got these celebrities converting to Islam and not practicing Islam at all, but instead they're trying to draw you into them and set new standards for us where women don't have to cover, women can change, wear all that plastics, which plastic surgery is not haram. But to do what these women are, they want us to discard hijab, discard abaya, take on the appearance of something other than a human being, put a tattoo on. You know, they change it. They try to change our religion, and a lot of people are following them. Yeah. The jinn can take the form of any human being. There's no such thing as a vampire, guys. Vampires and werewolves are mythical creatures. That's mythical stuff. There's no such thing as a vampire. There's no such thing as a werewolf. There's no such thing as the bionic woman, bionic man, Superman, a man that can fly. No, that's all. That stuff is all cartoon. Okay. The jinn will take on the form of a human being or an animal. There is no such thing as a vampire. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, the next class, yes, it's at 9:30. It's going to be my class on the marriage. And please support us, guys. It's the weekend. Tomorrow is Monday. And we need donations to cover our website. Remember, we are a nonprofit organization. I haven't received any donations over the past couple of days, I don't think. Please donate, guys, so we can pay our expenses. Our expenses total $2,000 a month for this website. Oh, yeah, the streaming programs, all this. Oh, God, y'all know how much this stuff costs. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the internet is ridiculous. I remember in the 80s, everything was free because the internet was new. That was before Windows. Okay, now everything you got to pay for because ain't nothing experimental no more. So please support us. You can send a Zelle or Cash App or PayPal. Okay, and let me play the commercials again. Okay, I will. You want to see them? Plus, again, don't forget this Thursday, Dr. McBride. Let me play his commercial. Are you having problems maintaining your personal relationships? Maybe you think you are schizo. Or perhaps you are the narcissist. Join Dr. Daniel Abdul Rahman McBride this Friday at 6 p.m. and learn about the self-serving left brain and its dominance in individuals with narcissism and schizophrenia. Hope to see you there. Okay, and also don't forget Friday. This Friday, brother Yusef, let me show y'all his commercial. Hold on, here we go. Where he at?
There are so many things going on around, you must take heed. It's been written and prophesied about, so you must believe.
Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern with Brother Yusuf as he tackles and breaks down current events, current news and politics, and the Islamic Ummah. Please join us streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnahfollowers.
Yeah, ain't that nice? Like to thank Sister Geechee for the jingle. Exactly. Yeah, so that's Thursdays and Fridays. Y'all got to listen to that stuff, man. We're so much going on with us as an ummah, things that we doing that we ain't got no business doing, and we want to know why Allah has sent all these calamities to us, and we're just getting worse. We're just getting worse. We're letting these celebrities convert to Islam and change our religion, you know. And we got these famous so-called scholars when they're not really scholars. We got these famous brothers here in America, you know, making us look bad because they've sold out to the government. They on the government's task force, and they're promoting Zionism and all of that. And it's just sad. Yeah, I saw that. Don't make sure y'all don't watch that crap. Muslim matchmaking show. Yeah, they did one. See, I don't think they're gonna do a season 2 because they got so many bad reviews. You know, like I said, these people converting to Islam, trying to change our religion, trying to make us date, to make us get hooked up. Then you got these famous brothers who y'all think are scholars when I kept telling y'all they weren't scholars, with their dating apps and all of that. It's just sad. All right, so I'll be back at 9:30, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.